This bad stuff happens, and for 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us, that somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. Sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I hoped for, just because I thought it would make it easier on us if we could just say, hey, we don't do that here. And indeed, Utah is a special place. We lead the nation in charitable giving. We lead the nation in service every year. But it did happen here.
Hi guys, did you hear that? Yes, I heard it loud and clear. Instead of praying for justice after Charlie Kirk's shocking death, Utah Governor Spencer Cox admitted he was praying the killer wouldn't be one of them. But let's be real. Let's just be real. We all know what that really means, right? He would rather it be a black man, an immigrant, or anyone else, as long as it wasn't a white man. This is the hypocrisy America keeps hiding. Justice isn't about who the killer is. It's about the truth. But once again, the bias is clear as day. Let's dive in.
It's the radical left. No, I don't like that. It's the Democrats' fault. These immigrants...
Sir, we think we've properly apprehended the suspect this time.
Okay, yeah, we need to bring in this terrorist. Who is he?
Unfortunately, sir, he's one of ours.
One of our what?
He's white, sir.
Stop playing. No, he's not. There's no way.
Sir, we have his picture on the tablet next to you. 24-year-old Tyler Robinson was apprehended, turned in by his father.
You sure you don't mean Taekwon?
Unfortunately, sir, I do not.
This can't be. He's one of us.
It is with great sadness that I must acknowledge the fact that the shooter was white. You know, for the last 33 hours, we said and we prayed that the person who did this was a colored from another state or one of those immigrants so that we can blame them. We were just hoping that he wasn't one of us, because that's not what this country is. Sir, what about the school shootings that have been happening?
What about him? Like I was saying, that's not what this country is. I'm just very heartbroken that he was white and Republican, allegedly.
Spencer Cox, the governor of Utah, said the quiet part out loud. He said that he prayed for 33 hours that it was an immigrant, someone from another country, someone from outside the state, that it wasn't one of them. He prayed that it wouldn't be a white Republican that did this to Charlie Kirk. Can you believe that? So, once again, it was not a Democrat, not a transgender, not a Latino, not someone of color, not a black individual, not an Asian individual, not a woman. It was a white Republican young man who was rich, who handled guns since a young age. Okay? Again, a white Republican man who belongs to the Republican Party, not a Democrat, not a liberal. They were saying that, they were blaming the left, the Democrats, the crazy radical leftists did this. And now what are they going to say? What are they going to say now?
So I've just watched Spencer Cox do an interview where he was saying, I was praying for 33 hours to God that it wasn't one of us, that it was somebody from another country. I was praying to God. Well, your God wasn't listening to you, was he, mate? No, because not only was it a white man, it really was one of you little Republican MAGA lot. And while he's saying with his full chest, this white man,
to the Utah governor, why do you need it to be someone else? I mean, we know why, but I just wanted to hear it from you. I hope a reporter follows up on that you were hoping that it was a foreigner or someone that wasn't a part of your community and it wasn't one of you guys. I'm very curious at how we're going to approach that line of questioning. Now, you did mention the death penalty. My question is, are you still about the life?
Republican Governor Spencer Cox of Utah, at the first press conference, the press briefing regarding the Charlie Kirk tragedy, spoke eloquently, without notes, about how this country has to come together. By the way, what he did was something Donald Trump could never do. Never. Certainly not without notes. Everything the governor said was beautifully put. The words were correct. Nobody could disagree with them except one thing. He said, make no mistake, this is a, quote, political assassination. Governor, you can't know that. You don't know that. As I am talking to you now, there's not even a suspect in custody. It could have been a personal grudge. It could have been, as we think some of the other recent shootings were, somebody just trying to get some fame, a sick person trying to get his or her name into the history books. It could even be a foreign operative. We know the Russians, in fact, have been trying to spread dissent among Americans. Good God, that's exactly what's happening. We got to be careful. We have to be careful when we make accusations. Everybody has to tone down the rhetoric. We don't know. We just don't know, and we must be careful.
Today, I watched the entire press conference regarding the arrest of Tyler Robinson, the man that shot and killed Charlie Kirk. There were a few people there, but honestly, the ones that were most notable were Kash Patel, who was apparently pretty good friends with Charlie Kirk. Honestly, the most interesting thing that he said was that he would one day see Charlie Kirk in the halls of Valhalla. And the other was Spencer J. Cox, the governor of Utah. And as it turns out, he was also either good friends with Charlie Kirk or at least very well acquainted. He talked about Charlie's strong moral foundation, his strong biblical foundation, his strong political beliefs. So one of the things that he was saying was how political assassinations have such a chilling effect on the First Amendment, on freedom of speech in particular. And that really caught my ear, because Charlie Kirk is not a politician. But then I realized, yes, he is. Not in the traditional sense. However, as the man that ran, Turning Point USA, political pundit, but more importantly, in the eyes of conservatives, he was going to be, if not the next president, then maybe the president after that. An upcoming president, that is a politician. A quote from Mr. Cox. Over the last 48 hours, I have been as angry and as sad as I have ever been. And it's Charlie's words that have pulled me back. Governor Cox said that Charlie Kirk believed, or said he believed, that when people stopped talking, that's when you get violence. And that makes sense. But I have a hard time believing that that's actually what Charlie Kirk believed, espoused, and taught his people. Because as a group and as a person, they use dehumanizing language. They demonize their political opponents. They fuel racial resentment. I mean, these are people that don't believe that the civil rights movement should have happened. They target LGBTQIA people. They promote the replacement theory, which is both racist and anti-Semitic. All of these things indirectly and in some respects directly fuel violence. And then one of the last things I'd like to leave you with from Spencer J. Cox was the part where he said that he prayed that the killer would not be one of us. By one of us, he was talking, he said, about someone from the state of Utah. But I feel very confident in saying that what he also meant was white and Christian and straight and conservative And Tyler Robinson appears to be all of those things.
Praying that it wouldn't be one of us, but it was. And now you have to face yourself and look at your own reflection in the mirror. Reconcile that.
You know what baffles me? It's the governors of Utah praying to God that the shooter wasn't one of his. And it ended up being one of his, the alleged shooter. Like, how are you praying to God to try to get another race in trouble or like persecute another race when majority of the time it ended up being one of your own? And the crazy part is that the dad is a cop, grandma's snitching on everything, talking about we're not liberals, we're orange supporters, all this extra nets, and it's one of y'all. And it's crazy how every one of these Republicans was going hard for this guy. Like, whoever did this needs to be punished, all this. And the moment they realize it's one of them, it has been silent. I'm also like very shocked, not really shocked, but like shocked also the amount of white tea celebrities that been supporting this racist guy. It's like baffling. Like literally praying that the shooter was out of town. It wasn't one of their own. Wanting it to be probably a black and brown person. Like, are you dumb? Make it make sense.
So think about it. If it had been a black man or an immigrant, they would have wasted no time painting the whole community as violent. But when it's a white man, the governor's first reaction is to pray is not one of them. That's not justice, that's hypocrisy. And America keeps showing us the same script over and over and over again. Well, don't forget to subscribe because I'll keep exposing this truth. I'm Tiana and this is Tiana's React. Until next time, keep your eyes open and